Alright, for today's maths, we are going to take a look at, I got a paper cut yesterday, in between my fingers. I don't know if you guys can see that. And now every time I go to the shop or something and I sanitize, it stings. It stings so. I was making your, no, I wasn't making your packets. I was taking your, all of the packets that I have so far, and I was sorting them out, all of the papers that I'd copied. And I got a paper cut right there. It's the most uncomfortable thing in the world. Okay, so subtracting two-digit numbers with regrouping. So when we regroup with subtraction sums, we call it borrowing. Do you remember from yesterday's video? We borrow from the neighbor. Grade 2, seriously, I am looking forward to getting these sheets back, so that I can see how well you guys are coping with the regrouping. But next week we are doing regrouping again. So please listen and try your best, of course, but don't stress about this topic is almost over and I still don't understand it. It's fine, my lovies. I will see who struggles with it, and next week when I mark, and we are going to go through all of it again. So don't worry about it. But of course, still try your best. Then, grade 2 subtraction worksheet. It says, first things first, Miss Etzebeth. Wow, what a bad student I was. I almost forgot my name. And that's the thing I keep telling you guys not to forget. Wow. My word. Okay. So number 1, 2, and 3, I will do with you. Number 4, 5, and 6, I will read for you. And then from 7 to 12, you are going to do all on your own. Okay? That's the way we will do it from now. Please, don't go ask for help if it is not necessary. Grade 2, do not go and say, oh, Mom, I don't understand this. Before you go and ask for help, go back to the video. Rewind, I almost wanted to say reverse. Rewind, go back to the part where I explain it, or go back to yesterday's video on place value. Go see how I explain it and work it out for yourself. It is important that, especially during these times where you guys can't ask me questions freely, and I'm not completely 100% aware of what it is that you are struggling with or what you are not struggling with at all times. It is so very important that you keep your brain active. You need to keep thinking and working things out and solving problems. I do realize that I've been helping you a lot. I didn't even think about how much I was helping you. I actually thought, okay, sure, I'm helping these kids because I'm leading them every step of the way. But I forgot in class I would not do that. I would not go through every single sum with you because you need to use your brain. And I forgot about that part. It's important for you to think for yourself as well. So before you go ask for help from mommy or from daddy, please go back to the video, see if you can figure it out yourself. Maybe first try by yourself and then maybe go and ask mommy or daddy, hey mom, I was struggling with this one. I watched the video again and this is what I understood. Did I do it right? Or did I do it wrong? And then mommy or daddy can say, okay, I think here's where you made your mistake or something like that. Okay. So please, I am begging you, try and do it by yourself first. Okay. Now that I keep lecturing all you guys or giving speeches in these videos. I apologize. Apparently I miss you so much. I just want to lecture the whole time. I don't know. Okay, number 1. Find the difference. Good. We already talked about this when we did the addition. The easiest thing when it comes to regrouping is to immediately put our numbers into our houses, into our units, and into our teams. Good. Now we start with our unit house because on Place Value Street we walk from right to left. So 5 minus 6. Can we take 6 away from 5? I have 5 sweets, but I give you 6. Is that possible? No, it is not. So 5 minus 6 we cannot do. So the 5 goes next door and he says, hey, remember the 2 is not a 2, it's actually a 20. So the 5 goes to the next door neighbor and he says, hey friend, could I possibly bother you for a 10? And the 20 says, sure, buddy. And now that he's given his 10 away, we need to take, if you want to see it that way, we need to make this number 1 smaller. So now we say 15 minus 6. What is 15 minus 6? Quickly figure it out by yourself before I give you the answer. Okay, the answer is 9. Good. Then 1 minus 1 gives me 0. So my answer is 9. Number 2. First things first, put them in our houses. That's the easiest way. We start with our unit, 5 minus 9. Cannot say that. The 5 goes next door. He says, hey, bud, I am in need of a 10. The 20 or the 2 says sure, but this number now becomes 1 smaller because he gave 1 away. 15 minus 9. If 15 minus 6 is 9, then 15 minus 9 is 6. 1 minus 1 is 0. This one, I'm going to let us try and do it without putting it in the houses first, because realistically, most of the time when we get a sum like this, we just quickly work it out. We don't put them in the houses all the time. So we'll start with the last ones because we know those are our units. 4 minus 6, cannot. So 4 goes to the next door neighbor. He says, hey friend, I need a 10. The 5 becomes 1 less because he gave 1 to the 4. So now it's 14 minus 6, which will give me, I first want you guys to work it out before I give the answer. Fourteen minus 6 gives me 8. 4 minus 2 gives me 2. Good. These 3 I will still read for you. And then these 6, I want you, please, I'm begging you, do these 6 by yourself and try and figure them out on your own. I can see when a parent helps you. Let me just put it that way. I know what you guys did when you were in my class. So I can very clearly see when mommy or when daddy told you, no, not like that. Do it this way rather, or something. That is why I'm putting up these videos, so that mommy or daddy should not be with you when you are doing your schoolwork. This is like we are in class. Mommy or daddy wouldn't be next to you in class helping you out. Grade 2, we need to start doing things on our own. You need to start thinking for yourselves again. Number 4. 34 minus 29. The first thing that we would do, put them in our units or our tens houses. You can choose whether you want to do that. Now, we start with our units. The top unit minus the bottom unit. If the top unit is smaller, he goes and borrows from the next door neighbor. As soon as the next door neighbor gives a 10 to my unit, it becomes 1 number less. The one in the tens house becomes 1 number less. Now you should have the sum 14 minus 9 and 2 minus 2. That is what you should be having right now. 14 minus 9 is, write your answer. And 2 minus 2 is, write your answer. Good. Number 5. We know where the houses are. You can put them in the houses if you feel comfortable, more comfortable with that. If not, just solve the problem. We start with our units, which will be, okay, it's 87 minus 49. our units will be 7 minus 9. We cannot take 9 away from 7, so the 7 goes and borrows from the tens house. The 7 becomes 17, and the 8 that borrowed, that lent the 10 to the 7 will become 1 less. So this 8 is now a 7. Now your sum is 17 minus 9 and 7 minus 4. Work out the answer. And then number 6, we know about our houses. You can put them in your houses if you feel more comfortable that way. But eventually, we are going to come to the sum 71 minus 63. We start with 1 minus 3. Can we say 1 minus 3? If we cannot, the 1 goes and borrows from next door. Now the 1 becomes 11, and the number that the 7 that gave the 1 to that gave the extra 10 to the 1 to become 11 becomes 1 number less, which is now 6. So your sum now reads 11 minus 3 and 6 minus 6. Work out the answer. Okay, I've given a lot of speeches in this video, but I really do hope that you listen to what it is that I said, because it's serious things that I'm talking about. I'm not trying to be funny, I'm not trying to be rude, I'm not trying to make this difficult for you, but grade 2 at some point, you need to keep on thinking, you need to keep your brain active. And I realized that by just going through the video, waiting for Miss Etzebeth to say the answer, that's not helping you at all. So we are going to switch it up. I'm going to see if I can't help you guys to actually activate those brains. I know some of you still do. I know actually most of you. Actually, I think maybe almost all of you. I'm not saying that you haven't been thinking. I'm not saying that, I'm not saying anything rude. Really, I'm not. I'm just saying you need to start thinking for yourselves again. And it's my fault. I've been leading you too much. So number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10, number 11, and number 12, I want you to try to do all alone. If you don't understand, watch this video at the beginning again to see how I did that, or watch yesterday's video again to see when I explained how regrouping works, and then try it by yourself first before you ask for help. So write an answer first before you go and ask, is this right? Okay, don't just go and say, I don't understand. No, try it by yourself first and then go ask. I did it this way. Is this correct? If you need to. Okay. Sorry for all of the lecturing. I feel so bad about it. But anyways, today at 11, we are again going to have a Zoom call. I'm actually very nervous because there are some things that I'm going to have to touch for the Zoom call. And I don't want to touch them. But okay, we will, because we need to discuss the body parts. Okay, whatever. Not going to give anything else away. I will see you at 11 for our Zoom meeting.